can hear me. Let me know if you have any issues with this stream. And if you can't hear me or if there's anything... Kath, can you do me a bit? Can you do me a favour?
Yeah.
On Mummy's bed, you see my notebook? The small one looks like a school exercise book with the footballers on it. Can you bring it for me? That's where I'm going to get my notes from for this programme. I hope you're well. It's been a while. I did say 7 o'clock and then I changed it to 8 o'clock. So I thought for those people that might be jumped in between, that I would just try and come on a little bit in between. Thank you, my darling. So I did talk about some issues and I wanted to discuss them because I think they're so important to us today. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been with BlaXit from the beginning and still with BlaXit and who've remained loyal to BlaXit. I just want to say thank you so much to you. I'm just trying to set the camera, so just bear with me to get a good angle so I can see you and see your comments at the same time. Who said hello, Juliet? Let's have a look. So greetings, and thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you taking the time out. Alfred, how are you? Oh my goodness. And who's that? Tara. Jayton, I'm African-American, born in... They disappear so quickly. So, just, to say greetings and to say thank you to everybody that's been with me on the long haul, to everybody that's been with me from the start, and to everybody that supported BlaXit and who's been there for BlaXit regardless, and to everybody that took the chance and went to Africa, because there have been thousands and thousands and thousands of us who have decided to leave just to go see. They've taken, you're watching from NC. NC, where's that? North Carolina, am I right? So let me know where you are, please, I'd appreciate that. And also let me know what state you're in, what country you're in, and where you are and who you are, so I can say hi to you. So anyway, let me introduce myself first. If you're new to this channel and it's the first time live, I'm Nyancho Kajabi, and I'm the host and also the founder of BlaXit. And BlaXit is a channel which was founded, actually the first time we started this channel. If you go onto About Us page, you'll see that our channel was actually started in 2011, which was the first time that we came to the Gambia. So that was when we really started to promote Africa and the return to Africa. So this isn't exactly a new journey, but of course when we met Wodemaya, everything was branded, rebranded, and everything was pushed forward. So you just left the Gambia 2 weeks ago. Oh, you're on course to repatriate in March. That's amazing. So if anybody has been missing me, I need to give you a quick explanation. So BlaXit is about your repatriation, your relocation, okay, and of course our reparations and our mind emancipation. And so that all important journey back to the motherland, back to where we belong, where our ancestors were kidnapped as prisoners of war from. And so we made the journey to return. As you probably detect from my accent, I was not born in Africa. I was born in the UKKK. And, hasten to add that I could not wait to leave that place. The first time I went to Africa was when I was 22. And I loved Africa so much. I just said to myself, we've been fooled, we've been duped into thinking about what Africa is. So, my journey's been an arduous one in the sense that, we went through a lot of racism and discrimination in England. And some people who are in England, if they've seen us before, they may know our story and know about what happened to my children in England, particularly my sons. And one of which, the case was very, very well known about the racism that he experienced. And I recently saw someone put a post, and some people are very cruel saying that I made a performance, when your child is being hurt, you hurt. And when you face that racism and discrimination, and it's destroyed part of your life, part of your childhood, and you see the same thing happening to your child, it destroys you inside. And I have no issues with demonstrating or showing my emotions. So for people to be so nasty and to go onto TikTok and talk about how she put on a Oscar performance, I just like to say to those people, when you walk a mile in someone else's shoes, you know what it feels like. When you're going through pain, you know what it feels like. If it was an Oscar performance, why did I leave England and come here to live? It's because I couldn't take it anymore. It was an important decision that I made at that time, and I don't regret it. I've got absolutely no regrets about coming back to Africa. And so that's what I just want to say. So, for those people that have, made it their life's journey to destroy us, I just want to kind of talk about that a little bit, about the self-destruction that we have in our community, and the fact that we don't celebrate in our success enough, and we love to pull each other down. And, like Woodrow Wilson said about us being like crabs in the barrel, yeah? There's so many issues that we have, as a community, and we must address them. So today's program, I'm going to talk about a few things that actually I saw on Riz Islam's program, and also some stuff that's been going on in the media recently, and also some distasteful stuff that I've seen online about Africa. And I want to just say to everybody, yeah, there's enough white media destroying Africa. We don't have to join in. Can you please give me the thumbs up if you agree with me? If you think there's enough people out there, enough media outlets that are destroying Africa, do you think that we need to join in just to get some little chicken change from a platform? Do you think that's what we need to do? I tell you straight, become an opportunist. Let Africa be your opportunity. We have always been the consumer. We have always been someone else's slave. If it's not employment nowadays, we're in neo-colonialism now. So let's not pretend like there's no colonialism. Let's not pretend like we're free. We're not. Yeah? Good evening, hon. How are you, Fons? Yeah? Hi, Fons the Builder. And hello, King Kenyatta, I think that is. Yeah? How can we forget? How can we be so... Hi, Amina. How are you? Good speaking to you this week. And I love you too. So I'm glad to see that the love's still there. Yeah? But I just want to talk a little bit about some of the issues that we face that I think are if you like, they transcend from generation to generation. And it's like transferable skills. And these things are, coming at us hard and fast right now. So, the choice to leave the UK or to leave America is not an easy one for people to make. It's not an easy transition to make, because the myths they give you about Africa makes you sound as though you can't exist here, you can't live here, you can't survive here, you cannot thrive here. But yet Europeans can and do it very well. They do it very well. They can take every resource and live off it very well. They can come here and thrive and live very well. So why can't we? Every other nation come here and they do very well. So isn't it our time? Yeah? And so I want to say that, you need to become an opportunist. There's nothing wrong with becoming an opportunist. It's when you exploit people in a negative way that it becomes unhealthy. But it's time for us to become opportunists. And I'm telling you this now, because there are so many opportunities in Africa that we are not involved in. There are opportunities for expansion in so many different industries that we are not involved in. There is so many ways in which we can come in and contribute to communities that we are not involved in. So many of us, we go, we fundraise for these white charities. What are we doing for our own? If we put the same amount of energy into working towards our own and giving back to our own and working in a group as group economics, we would be in a far better position today. The amount of money this month alone, how much money is spent with, let's just say, European organizations, European corporations. How much money is spent by us just for a single day? Just for a single day. Can you imagine the billions that we could achieve if we put that money together instead? We said to our children, you know what? No, you're not going to get that PS3. No, you're not going to get this thing here. You're not going to get that thing there. We're going to put some money in a kitty because we're going to put down for a future for your legacy. What about if we did that? I know Kwanzaa's not for everybody, but, you know, there are some really, really good points that we could bring into our families. I'm going to say hi to Albani. Listen, I'm going to try and get these comments on longer because I can't see them. By the time they come up, they like disappear, you know. But, you know, we keep destroying each other publicly, and I'm sick and tired of it. And there are too many black devils, and I'm going to say devils. Yeah, because that is what they are. Abeni, hi Abeni, Timothy, and Madagascar, hi. Yeah, there are too many black devils. And you know what? There's too many other black devils supporting them. I'm going to call you out and I don't care. When we start to make progress, as soon as we start to make progress, there's someone to tear you down. Someone to try and tear you down with lies and propaganda. So I want to talk about propaganda. I want to talk about the lies. And I also want to talk about something called drapetomania. You stayed at Tamala Beach Resort. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Team Legacy. Thank you, King Kamala. Right? At the end of the day, when you come to Africa, when I was coming, people were like, gosh, she's mad. She's going to Africa. Why would you leave England and go to Africa? You're crazy, right? And the fact of the matter is why not? Why isn't Africa our #1 destination? No, not Spain, not going to America, not going to Disneyland, not going to Paris. Yeah? Why isn't Africa our #1 destination? It is for other people. But why isn't it for us? They go to, oh, we're going on safari to Kenya to go and see some animals. You know, but not us. Oh, no, we're going to go to Turkey or we're going to go to Greece. Yeah, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with going to those countries. But I'm saying also make Africa your #1 destination. Also make Africa your #1 destination. Africa, the whole continent, 54 countries. Choose one. Africa is like a mansion with many rooms. Just choose one. And the only way to eradicate racism is to leave it behind and come live with your own kind. And you will not believe it until you experience it. I swear down, you will not believe it until you experience it, fam. And if you are new and you're just joining BlaXit now, welcome. I'm Nyancho Kajabi. I'm your host. I'm also the founder of BlaXit. And right now, BlaXit is definitely about your repatriation, relocation, about our reparations and our mind emancipation. And I'm going to talk to it, right? Because right now, I'm in a situation where we have to start the mind emancipation, because now that the pandemic has disappeared, everyone's gone back into la-la mode. Do you know what I mean? And not recognizing that that was just a warm-up. Yeah? That was just a warm-up. Yeah? V-Power said the best way to develop Africa is by respecting each other better. And yeah, stopping the jealousy. I agree. When I see some of the absolute tosh that people send me that is supposedly about myself via WhatsApp and asking me if it's true, oh, it's not true. If it would be true, would I be sitting there talking to you? Don't be ridiculous. Those people are propagandists, and that is their job. They are agents. They are black devils, the same kind of people that sold us out during slavery. Selfishness, disrespect, dislike, a self-gain, greed, all the usual motivators. And there are certain people online, and that is their motivation. They have got no interest in the black community. None whatsoever, none. Except for to destroy anything that we build online. And everything that we build, they're just there to destroy. And go online and see. Type in BlaXit and you will see who the black devils are. With their lies. And their lies. And I'm going to talk about the propaganda and lies that destroy people like Marcus Garvey. And why we should help go on the campaign to exonerate him. The same way that they were trying to set me up with their lies. Calling me scammer, calling me this, calling me that. Yeah? Lies. How many thousands of people have we helped? Yeah? How many people have we helped? This is about our re-education, like you said. It's about our chance to re-enable ourselves. So I'm going to talk to you about drapetomania. And this is what causes these black demons, these black devils, to raise their head and even put their mouth on me or BlaXit. Because they don't want you to get the chance to come back. They don't want me to help you to come back. They're trying to distract me, and they're trying to defame me, and they're trying to assassinate my character. Yeah? They're trying to assassinate my character so that you won't believe me. You'll think that I'm deceiving you, or you'll think that I'm going to thief from you. I'm not going to do any of those things. People have entrusted me with so much, and I have delivered each and every time, and I have not moved, and my office has not moved. And I am still here on BlaXit fighting for you. Okay? I am still here. Hi, Rain, and hi, Cassidra. I am still here fighting for you. Yes, I've had some breaks. That's why you haven't seen me. And the reason why I've had those breaks is mainly for health reasons. Okay? It's just for health reasons and to recover. Yeah? And I'm entitled to a little break, I think. So, drapetomania. I keep dropping this word, drapetomania. Who knows about drapetomania? Divide and rule is their greatest weapon, and they keep us separated. Exactly. Now, your sister right here is still fighting, yeah, for our social justice, for us to come back and be welcomed as Africans. And I am not going to stop. So it doesn't matter what they do to me, I am not going to stop. If it's not on here, I'll go on to Rumble. If it's not on Rumble, I'll go on to TikTok. Wherever it is, the message is still going to get out there, because we have our birthright. This is our birthright to come home. Your BlaXit is your birthright. Yeah? Don't worry about those little sellouts and those little liars. Let's just keep helping Africa. Right now, we're building a wonderful wall around that school. Yeah, thanks to so many of you that have helped, and especially thank you to my two aunties that have come out and helped and literally put their money where their mouth is to help build that wall for the school in Busra Basic School. Yeah, that school has been trying to build a wall since 1964. And thanks to you, BlaXit, we're getting there. We provided water there. Don't watch what people said. That woman knows she came out and she can get her plot. Her plot is right here. She went to my office and got her land paper. Yeah? And won the raffle. So don't listen to people and what they're saying. Yeah? Don't listen to people talking about I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a whatever. I haven't done anything. But I tell you what, I stand, and I stand here alone if I have to stand alone. And if you can't roll with me, then roll off. And that is how it is. If you can't roll with me, then roll off. And if you roll off, you come ask me for a divorce, okay, you get it. Yeah, that's it. So if that's the answer to your questions, now you know. So drapetomania, I said it so many times, drapetomania. This word, yeah, has been struck out as racist pseudoscience. But what I'm going to do is talk to what it is, and talk to where some of the jealousy is, talk to how it impacted us psychologically and how it impacts us today. Now, drapetomania, I'm going to big up Brother Issa. He knows who he is, Brother Issa. I'm always going to big you up because you're always dropping the knowledge, right? And, you know, I have to big up a lot of organizations that have been standing up today and letting themselves be seen, right? I'm going to big you up because I love that show of power that I've been seeing, okay? By the Hebrew Israelites, by the Nation of Islam, by all of the organizations, because we should never let religion divide us. We have to come together. We have to come together, and we shouldn't let our beliefs be our dividing force. We should come together as Africans, regardless of whoever or whatever we are or whatever we subscribe to. We should come together. So drapetomania. Drapetomania is a term which was coined. Yeah, someone said it's a form of hypnosis. Let's have a look. Mabor Anika, I think the other name faded out. Hi, greetings. Yeah, it was a term coined by you control me, roll off, earning food of relative and stranger. I don't know who that is, right? But anyway, let's have a look. Hotep and Frenzo, thank you a lot as well. So it was an American physician. I heard the name dropped, yeah, Samuel Cartwright. And so I wanted to go and do my own research because I'm like that. I like to read. And so Samuel Adolphus Cartwright was born in November 1793 and died on May 2nd, 1863. Okay? So this is who it is, and this is who coined the term drapetomania. Now, the reason why I'm talking about it is because it's relative to us today. I talked about the devils. I talked about what's going on. I talked about the censorship. Yeah? That's right. It was a mental illness of slaves wanting to free themselves. He's absolutely right. Whoever said that, put your comment back on so I can see your name. Yeah? So the American physician, he practiced in Mississippi, Louisiana. And he's best known as the inventor of the mental illness, drapetomania. Yeah? That is the desire of an enslaved African for freedom. So right now, they got us so messed up. The reverse psychology. Sorry, I didn't see the comment. The reverse psychology. Yeah? If you look, you say, oh, I'm leaving, I'm going to Africa. I think, oh, she's mad. Like, why is she going? The reason why is we've been conditioned to think that way. We have been conditioned to think that way, fam. So me being in Africa, me living in Africa, me enjoying my life in Africa, must I be insane? But this is what it is. They do not want to let you off the plantation. And they will do anything and employ anyone and put in any Yah thy kingdom come. Yeah? And do anything that they can to put you off. Kofi, UK in the house. They will do anything to stop you from coming for Africa because they want your money. They want your investment. They want your servitude. This is what happens when you allow them to educate you. Thank you, Cassandra Cheek. Thank you, Cassandra Cheek. You're absolutely right. Yeah? If you let your enemy educate you, how do you expect to be educated at all? because they program you. They're programming you. That is what it is. And if you look at the history, even of education, and we will talk about that and in another program, I will talk about that, because we need to go back, all the way back in time, to look at why education was started, who education was started by. And if you've got any information, drop it in the comments. Yeah? Unity is more powerful than the atomic bomb. Quote from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He dropped some knowledge. He dropped some knowledge. And we have to give thanks to everybody that's dropped the knowledge. Because you know what? Every piece of knowledge is what we should use. Yeah? So they want us to fight against each other. You're very right. I'm reading some of the comments as I'm talking about this. So this demon, just like these black devils that uphold it, yeah? And the ones that tell you, no, you don't want to go to Africa. No, you don't need to go. They're filling you with fear. Rather than telling you, hey, you can have a better life out here, they're filling you with fear. Right now, I'm here and I'm living my life. I'm enjoying my life. So why can't you? Why can't you? We have to come together and support each other. And those demons, let's deal with them. Let's deal with them. All too long, we're too silent. When people are killing our leaders, we are silent. When people step above the parapet to help their own people, yeah, we let these demons, these devils, pull them down and try to destroy them, rather than protecting them and going on the attack to make sure that they can't do it anymore. We watch, we share, and we enjoy the enjoyment of destroying another person. But guess what? It's not that easy with me. You could make 1 million videos, I'll still be here. And I'll still be welcoming you back to Africa. And I'll still be telling you to come home. Yeah, there are so many people coming now. Obviously, I can't part myself into 1 million pieces, yeah, to help everybody. But you know what? Yeah, there's staff here that can help. There are people here. There's a good team of us now that can help. And we will be launching the support network and the group economics network very shortly. So just keep listening, okay? And keep watching BlaXit, please, I beg, yeah? So drapetomania is a mental illness that in 1851, this demon here, Samuel A. Cartwright, hypothesized as a cause of enslaved Africans fleeing captivity. The hypothesis was centered around the belief that slavery was so good for us. So living in the West is so good for us. Living from hand to mouth is so good for us. Yeah, not getting a salary is so good for us. Getting whipped and beaten and killed and raped is so good for us that we shouldn't want to leave. Getting stopped by police is so good for us. Being a first in, first out in any job is so good for us. Having our children discriminated at school is so good for us. Being disproportionately arrested is so good for us. Going to court for a crime you didn't even commit is so good for us. Giving unfair rates of interest when you're going for a loan or for a mortgage is so good for us. Not being able to buy a house where you want because of gentrification is so good for us. Having laws which still support racism and discrimination and anti-Africanism is so good for us. Constantly facing hatred is so good for us. Not having economical power in our own countries, on our own continent, is so good for us. Still having to listen to, abide, and be controlled by their laws is so good for us. Having their brainwashed education is so good for us. Having to follow their rules and regulations is so good for us. Having a colonization still control us today is so good for us. Having them even own the land that you live on, even though you work for it and get your mortgage in England and the king still owns it, is so good for us. Let me tell you something. This was the belief. And you know what? It's still the belief of some of my brothers and sisters. They don't read that freedom reigns. Okay? Now, this is a very quick short, so I'm going to go. I will come back to you with another one. So I just want to say peace and love, family. I will be around, okay? And we'll do the next one soon. So just remember, right? Drapetomania is the best thing that we could do. Be free and run away from the mental slavery. Emancipate your mind and come to Africa and be free. I love you, BlaXit family.